Hey guys, Akwaaba, welcome to my channel. This is Nana again. This is the long dreaded awaited video of why I moved back to Ghana from the US. I have lost my voice yet again, yelling at kids all week long, so pardon me for that. But I was asked when I started Akwaaba, the series. If you haven't watched it, it is my weekly vlog series that I do, so watch it. They're really short, they're really fun, and you're really right to the point about living in Accra and how everything is going and what I'm up to and all of that. So watch that videos, all of them, every week. Saturday you get one episode. So jumping right to the reason that I moved from the US, New York to be precise, to Ghana, it is illogical, it is nonsensical. It does not make any sense why anybody would want to move from essentially what is a luxury into what the world might know as a third world country. When I say luxury, I mean when you turn on the light, you switch on the light, there's light. When you run your faucet, there's water, there's hot water, there's all of this stuff. When you pay your money, you get on a bus, you get there at a certain time, everything is scheduled, everything is on time. Well, not on time, MT is not on time, but you can trust them for certain things. In Accra, in Ghana, nothing is scheduled, nothing is on time. It is a free for all. You do whatever you want, and that is the reason why I moved back to Ghana. I was born here. I lived here for maybe 2/4 of my life. I've been here. I always say that I was born and raised in Ghana, but I became a woman in New York. I became an adult in New York. So this is my home. I consider myself a local. I have always had my heart here. When you watch one of my vlogs that I did with my friends, I think it's episode 2 of Accra Girl, I talked about how I used to come back here a lot because this is my home and I wanted to be here. Long story short, I was tired. I was tired of being in New York. I was tired of the rat race. I was tired of work, home, work, home, work, home, work, home. I had friends, some of them I hadn't seen in 2 years because we were working multiple jobs. So I had to go to school and work. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was so anxious all the time. I couldn't sleep. I would sometimes panic out of my sleep. This is really serious. It's not a joking thing. I would be depressed all the time. And in New York, we are one of the biggest cities in the world. So you're always in a train and you're panicking. I was panicking, to be very honest. Whenever there's an attack in another country, I don't know when it's going to be our turn, so I was always watching out for anybody acting crazy in the subway. It was stressful. It was a stressful life. And if you're someone like me, and your parents middle class in Ghana, you don't have a choice in the matter, as in whether you want to live here or when you're younger, you don't have a choice. They either have you here, export you out of the country, or when you're done with school, they ship you out of the country. You can't do anything about it. You don't have a choice in the matter. So they took myself, my brother, and my sister out of the country, and they wanted to give us a chance to see other places. And and I have done that. When I lived in New York, I was able to travel a bit. I was able to work in different industries and do several jobs. Most of them I really hated. You do what you have to do when you're an immigrant. You do what you have to do when you're an immigrant. You get jobs, you go to school. Sometimes when you have a choice in the course that you study in school, you do whatever it is that makes you money. So for me, the big story was in 2015. I was at JFK. I was coming to Ghana. I hadn't been to Ghana at this point 4 years. In 2015, was in 2015. Yes, it was in 2015. I hadn't been to Ghana for about 4 years. So I was I'm gonna go back home, and I'm going to hang out with my friends and see my dad and all of that stuff. So I was in the airport and they wheeled an older man in. When you're at the Ghana side of JFK, and we're all going to all different characters, and you know, so he was there and I was looking at this man, and I don't know if his daughter saw that I was looking at him a bit too much, so she like came by me, we're charging our phones, and I struck a conversation with her. She was asking me why I go to school, and just things that older Ghanaians ask you, like what course are you studying school? Are you a nursing student? Are you pharmacist? Or that kind of stuff. Of course I wasn't any of those things, so it was interesting, like the conversation. But what I gathered from her pretty much was something that she said about her dad had lived in the US for so many years, and they were taking him back home. And what I got from that was like, oh my god, they're taking this man back home to die because he was so frail, he was like so sick. And I looked at him and I was like, this could be me, it could be my mom, it could be if we stay in this country for too long, and then we have to burden people, because in America that's what it is. People get older and we sort of like discard them in a way. We don't, because we have our own lives to live. And I just came to Ghana, and I remember telling my friend Henry, I told Henry, I'm coming back home, I'm coming in. Henry was like, yeah, stupid, why would you want to come back here? What do you want here? And I was like, no, I'm coming back. Like, it really shook me to see. And then I started becoming very aware of what the immigrant story was. Everybody has their head in the clouds about how they're going to make millions of dollars living in the US, the UK, or Europe, or wherever it is that they immigrate to, and they're going to take all this bunch of money that they make and you're going to bring it back home when you're like 65 years old, and somehow when you're 65 or 70 and you're frail, you think you're going to do something. I don't know what the thought was, but I was like, I didn't care if I had $5 in my wallet. I didn't care if my purse had just like 20 cents at the bottom of it. I was coming back home, and that was that. But I also want you to know that being here now, there was a bit of romanticizing of what it would be to live in Ghana, and you want to be careful of that as a returnee or as someone who's coming to Ghana now. You want to be careful about the romanticizing. The standard of living in Ghana is high. It's well, in Accra, I advise you, if you really want to move back, don't move into Accra if you can help it. Standard of living here is like way too high. It's ridiculous. It's just, for me, it's just like living in New York, you know, like just the prices are like exactly the same to me. Transport, electricity, water, like all of that, it just like feels the same to me, like living in New York. So you want to be careful of that. And also, I don't know if this is permanent, you know, not for anything, but I just, the feeling that I got, that the fear of like getting older and not being able to do anything in my home, and giving all my taxes and my energy and my youthful like everything to another country that would also like never regard me as one of them, even though you're a citizen. It's like every day in New York something would happen that would remind me that I was not home. Something would remind me, I would hear some music, or someone would do something, or there was always something that would happen that would remind me that I was not home and that I needed to be home, you know. And so I mean, it's just a whole combination of things. But as I was saying, the advice that I have in this video for you, if you're looking at this and wondering if you want to move back home, because a lot of young people are moving back home, I encourage you to do that, but also be realistic about it. If you want to be here 6 months out of the year when it's colder, and then go back in the summer to work, or you want to like focus entirely on your projects in Ghana, you absolutely do that. Do it slow though. Right now it's gotten to a point where in my career in academia, I might have to go get a PhD, and I'm definitely not going to get a PhD in the US. I would want to go to another country to get my PhD. So that's what I have to say. The move back, I would absolutely encourage you to do it. Your social life, your work-life balance. My friends, I see them every week. I do what I want. I take a nap at 2:30, wake up at 4, I work a bit, I go to bed early. I eat what I want. I'm just like, everything is like it's just coming together. I don't worry so much. I don't feel like I'm in competition with anybody. I'm doing what I want to do. I mean, I created this little studio here just today. I created this little studio here so I could be filming my YouTube videos, and it's like freedom. I work 2-3 jobs in Ghana now, but yet still I have so much freedom to do a lot of things that I want to do. So just leave a comment, ask me whatever questions. I get emails from you guys all the time, mostly about that video that I did about what to do when you're coming to Ghana. It's like a big hit, so you send me emails on my Instagram at Nana Ashanti blog. I'm there a lot, more than anywhere else, so you will, more than in real life but you could send me a video, a request there, or just like ask questions, whatever it is that you need. There's a huge, also another thing, there's a huge community of people that, you know, are just ready and willing to show you the ropes. Even if you lived here all your life and you've been away for like a year or 2, Ghana's not waiting for you. Like, things change so rapidly, so overnight. Sometimes you need someone to show you the ropes a bit. When I came, my friend Bridget and even Michelle and a group of women that I'm now you know, friends with, and everybody has been trying to, like, you know, show you do this and do that, and do Alexis, all of them girls, everybody has been trying to show me what to do and how to navigate, and it's been interesting. It's been really great. I really love my life right now. I like the way things are. They could be better, but I'm still like 3-4 months in, you know, so it's still really new and what have you. But yeah, I'm glad I made a move, and I hope I made the right choice. But hey, you're not a tree, so if you're somewhere and you don't like it, just move. Plan it, strategize, and then just move. Everything will be fine. All right, thank you for watching the video. I will catch you next time. Take care.